Tessa.
Hi, Tessa.
Hello.
Hi. How are
How's it
you?
going? What is happening?
Oh, uppies.
Puppies. I'm on the back of the bike.
Oh,
Diamonds. Yep.
sorry. I think I just saw something weird.
Gets
Oh,
down.
besides us?
I don't know. The dust your bike kicked up was like bright purple.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
that's my
purple.
smoke. It's my smoke of my tires.
Oh, okay. That freaked me out. I was like, what the heck?
Oh. Yeah, you
I
can
didn't know
do
you
that.
could do that to a bicycle.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Are you just
Sorry,
waking up?
that threw me off. Yeah, I am.
Cargo.
Good morning. What's going on?
My new thing I like to say is good time zone.
Oh yeah, good time zone.
Yeah,
That's
I'm trying
that's
to make it
actually
happen.
that's a good way to put it.
Yes. Good time zone.
What are you
Here we
guys
go.
up to?
Oh, we were just trying to see where the cargo was because I saw a helicopter.
Oh, cargo?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I think it's over there more. It's very loud up
Oh.
here. Yeah. The senior
Well,
buns
it was
got
either
bombed.
true senior bombs did get bombed.
What?
What did I just say?
What? Yeah, I got bombed, so everyone's buying food up here. It's great. It needs to happen more
I should
often.
probably go do that then. Because normally I just kind of assume it's closed.
Oh, but if you do bomb senior bombs, let us know so that we can make food beforehand.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, is the cauldron open now?
Yeah.
Yeah, we have combos.
I should probably go over there then.
Yeah, we'll be there.
Yeah, we'll be over there.
Okay.
Okay, have
We'll
fun.
see you there. I'm gonna make
Bye.
Lexi run.
Yeah, I'm running. It's too much effort to get back out. Any cameras?
Tries to run you over.
I went camera hunting like 4 days ago.
Did you find any?
No.
Didn't you tell me that somebody was putting cameras on their own house? Belle? Wasn't it Belle?
Yeah, Belle did. Also, there was one at the BCSO, and I told Ventura and Rosner about it, and they didn't care. But I also
That's
was
classic.
thinking, I don't think they can legally take it down
Why not though?
because I think it's on like private like public property, and it's not theirs. They might have to get like a warrant to take it down because it's technically not illegal.
Hey, bro, so good to see you.
I would take it down.
Yeah, they could just ask us and we'll take it down.
Girl, where's she going?
She's running.
Where's she going?
Oh man! What is this? What the hell is going on?
What the hell? What?
Jump scared me.
I'm not ugly.
Okay, it's not what I meant.
Okay. Fine.
But if that's how you feel.
No. Hello.
All
Good
right.
morning.
Good time zone to you.
Yeah.
Time zone. We love that. Woohoo.
All right.
Could you do 5 combos,
Yes.
like veggie combos?
Yes. I will make sure that the crunch doesn't have any meat or also no cheese, right? Or is cheese?
The cheese is fine.
Okay. Okay. It is. I believe it is. 1 minute. 2,750?
Yes.
Math. Card or cash, Tessa?
Cash.
Okay. Thank you. There are the drinks, the churros, and the veggie crunches. Only
Amazing.
cheese and the other stuff.
Well, thank you.
Of course. Yes, yes, yes. Ooh, there might be a new vet clinic opening up.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, on Grapeseed. I think Rue's gonna run it where the old Neon Jungle spot was.
Oh,
And
okay.
then I think the Rangers are gonna be right next door to them.
Are the Rangers gonna, like, do something, or...
Well, that's the hope.
Oh,
Like, meaning,
okay.
like, Ranger stuff. Because I thought it'd be a good spot because it's right beside the fishing spot. Because Nino still owns that other property. So, obviously, like, that would be ideal. But I think Matilda's going to try and, like, just going to talk to the rest of them. See if they're down to, like, you know, operate out of there. Ideally, they wanted, like, the old Ranger station. But I said, why don't you start off small?
What, like Beaver Bush?
Yeah.
Well, I can't have it. I squat there.
Yeah. I said, why don't you start
And they're
somewhere
not
small?
useful enough. They need to be useful first. They need to actually do things.
Yeah.
I need to be up on the trails and see them. Cause I'm literally one of the only people checking licenses up there. All right, that's a problem.
Oh. No, you should tell them. Tell them.
That's the
Thing
thing.
is,
I don't
like,
even
a
know who the yuck
majority-
is a ranger.
It's Matilda and Ramona, but they're like opposite your time zone. That's the issue.
And then there's
Oh, okay.
Pepe. That's later on, I think. William Pepe.
Pepe?
Yeah. Yeah, but I don't know. They wanted the hunting to have extra strong spray, so maybe like more people would be more inclined to go hunting, but you know.
Yeah, they were bleeding us dry with that.
No, I think he wanted like more deer, but then I like told him if you're
Oh.
hunting by yourself and you shoot one deer, the other deer's gonna run away like they should. So it's
Yeah.
gonna be very difficult for you. I don't know. Oh, they're trying. I think Pepe's trying the most.
Yeah,
But
Matilda and Ramona also had like a serial animal killer like to deal with. They were having a really rough time.
yeah.
Hmm.
But yeah, you wouldn't see them, Tessa, because they're like the opposite time zone of you, unfortunately.
Okay. Maybe I'm being too harsh then.
I think
They give daily ranger reports at every meeting.
different
Okay.
photos of animals and stuff, but I think they're playing like it's unfortunate for them because a lot of people don't do that much, and the main thing is when the manor want to go and kick the pigs again.
But don't you worry, I got Manor handled. I stabbed James Malding for saying he's gonna go kick pigs.
Thank God.
Good.
And then I messed with another guy from Manor, John Joyce, and he
Yes.
responded to what I did instead by lighting Wendy on fire.
The hell?
Why Wendy?
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know. I don't know why he didn't
Oh.
light me on fire. He just chose to do it to Wendy instead.
Junior did start a cow business, a milking ranch built business, by the way. He originally wanted it, I think, at like the
La Fuenta.
La Fuenta, but someone is currently already like squatting there that pays us money monthly. So I think he's now, you know, like the houses that's just north of the fishing spot
The fishing docks, yeah.
with the piggies.
Mm-hmm.
He now operates the ranch out of there. So I'd keep an eye on him.
Okay.
I don't think he has the best intentions ever.
Well, what is he doing?
I don't know, but it's him.
I think he's running cocaine illegally, but has a front for it. Honestly, he probably has a cocaine farm out of there. That's what I
Oh.
think.
Yeah. That would make a lot of sense because I don't see him as the farming type.
Yeah, the archivist said he sells cocaine. He like went through all of his texts and stuff and exposed him on Twitter.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't pay attention to that.
no, that was really funny.
I just watch people. Keep an eye on the
You want me
sketchy
to let
people.
you know if I find out about cocaine?
Nah.
Okay.
No,
Just, I
No,
would
we
say,
have-
if anything, just make sure he's not harming the pigs that are there. That would be not good. Although I
Yeah,
had to
make sure
save
you
a
don't
couple of them,
slaughter
making sure they're
them.
not going in the water.
Well, all right.
Yeah, just keep an eye out. In my eyes, cocaine's legal.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. That's all the updates of what's happening in Grapeseed.
Ooh, actually, we're endorsing Party Hardy to run next time.
Well, he was telling me about that.
Yeah, we want him to
Mhm.
run.
As much as I really want him to like get his dream and achieve that, I worry a little bit about what that would do psychologically if he lost again.
I know he was talking about that.
Oh, true.
So I don't know. I've encouraged him like to do it if he really wants to, but there's a little bit of concern there because I know what it did to him last time, and the whole
I to-
building thing, the thing where he lost his building, that
Oh,
really I
yeah.
think did a lot bad to him.
Yeah, I told him that at the moment there's nobody showing interest, and at the end of the day, we'll all endorse him because he's more so worried of like going through, the steps and getting an expungement, and then going through all of the effort and then losing. I think he's more worried about that. But I told him that we 100% have his back and will actually campaign for him as well.
Yeah. It is a little hard for some of the clowns because, like, the second we say, "Oh, I'm gonna get an expungement," every single clown is like,
Yeah.
"What do you mean you're getting an expungement? What do you? Ooh, this sounds
Full
fun. Let's
chaotic
ruin it."
mode.
Yeah, I think there's no one, like you said, showing interest. And also, we've kind of fixed everything. So now whoever steps in will, I mean,
Yeah,
There's-
can do fun
there's
things.
no headaches. It's all done.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
I told him he can start a clown PD if he wants, because you can just start a PD now and, it'll
Oh,
be all good.
yeah, I voted no.
Well, if it goes through, you could just start a PD up here anyway.
I don't like that. We actually already kind of tried that. Didn't go well.
Wait, why
We had a
not?
prison.
Oh.
That was the government of Grapeseed.
Oh,
The
yeah, I wasn't
grog.
here for that. Yeah, I wasn't here
I
for
don't think I
that.
was
But
either.
Yeah, it was under Mumbles. We had our own like little clown PD. I was the warden of the prison, the fun and games warden. Yeah, we're not very good at that.
Yeah.
yeah, but what if you run it back?
Best I can do is clowns on patrol.
That might be good enough, honestly. It would be better than what the BCSO is doing, that don't patrol at all up here. So
Listen, I've yelled at them enough, I think. I told them they're lucky. They are lucky that they have Dawn. Because their pay would be half. I don't care. I'd be very not... until they started actively being up here, they would have $1,500.
I haven't had my shot at Ventura yet, but I will.
I believe in you.
Every time he sees me, he puts his vest on. I think he knows. I have a
I
thing
think
against
so.
sheriffs.
Hey, what did they do?
Well, I mean, every sheriff I've really known, except for maybe McNulty, I've wanted to stab. So
Yeah, they do something sussy, don't they?
they always do. I don't really know how to explain it. It's not really that they're a sheriff, it's just that they suck.
Oof.
And they make me want to stab them. So,
Not good.
like, Frost dressed like Bass and then came up to me and was like, I want to adopt you. And I, every time I see him, I see red, But
Oh, I remember that. I think Brian was here and just let it happen.
then there was like Kyle Pratt a long time ago. There's Cornwood.
What about Bones?
Bones. I don't think I ever really wanted to stab him. Although he was kind of just. I didn't really see him as a sheriff at the time.
He's
'Cause,
just a
like,
silly little guy.
he didn't really do a whole lot that, like, impacted me.
Yeet.
Him becoming sheriff didn't really change much of our dynamic. But Ventura, he yucks with Chatty all the time and he says really mean things and I don't like it.
What? I did not
Mm-hmm.
think that he would do that.
Oh no, he's a bully.
Oh. Honestly, I thought he just bullied me.
I wouldn't go as far as saying he's BGB, but he's kind of close.
Uh-oh.
Actually, no, he is BGB. He is.
Then there's McNulty, who just honestly is always up here, so.
And McNulty, he was pretty good about things. Like, he would tell you something and actually, like, do it. And I think he supported his people while being sheriff.
Yeah. And I think there was Raditch?
Aspen.
And Raditch, I think.
I haven't seen Radish in a long time. I don't think I ever wanted to stab Aspen.
Aspen's ass was just fat.
Oh my god.
I'm just saying that respectfully because she says that all the time.
I wanted to kill her a couple of times, but, she kept flirting with my husband. Really pissed me off. I got text messages of him being arrested by her, and I did not like it.
Who's your husband?
Antonio.
Huh.
Yeah.
The Australian one.
Yeah, he's Australian. He used to be in BBMC like a long time
BBMC
ago.
Antonio. Okay.
Yeah.
I know who that is.
Yeah.
Okay.
And now he just flies
Now
out of
he's just
state all the
Australian.
time. Now he's just Australian. An Australian car guy.
Australian car guy.
Yeah. Lame. He's lame. I'm the fun one.
Oh, also thank you for letting Chatty rent that building.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I told him no illegal, but obviously he did tell me what's happening. But at the same time, I was like, listen, out of sight, out of mind. There's a contract, not my problem.
Yeah. I mean, it's in our best interest not to do anything stupid with it, but, we're clowns.
Yeah. I'm sort of like, even when, like, Osvaldo's, Cuban embassy was going through all that, I'm very at terms that, like, properties could be taken away by the state because no one's really had rentals before. And, they could easily take them away and, try to sue me for them and get them and whatnot. But, it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, in hindsight, we probably shouldn't have done it there, but it was kind of an in the moment, really rushed decision.
Yeah, Chatty said that
Sorry about that.
like, in the moment, he didn't know that it was, like, under my name. But also, when the legislation changed, I should have had a contract with Osvaldo, technically. It's like, there's, like, hindsight's, like, so many different things. I'm just more pissed off that Brian didn't talk to me at all. He went to Mumbles instead.
He told me that I need to talk to you about it.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Like, there was something that like you and him had a conversation, and he was like, Tessa, you better talk to her, or she's gonna lose that building. And I was like, she had nothing to do with it.
Yeah, I think
I made it very clear to him that it was not your fault either. Like, that was completely on us. So,
yeah,
but they never pursued any charges for that.
Nope. But I also think that
Very
Hydra
strange.
thought that I had more involvement too, so.
Well, Hydra are stupid, so I understand why.
Yeah. I just didn't, I didn't care enough to get involved because it wasn't my problem,
Yeah.
The only time I got pissed off and saw red was when they came in here and took Helen, which this is supposed to be neutral. So they could have waited until she left. Like everyone else does, so. But my relationship with Hydra is over.
That's good. So's mine, actually.
Yeah.
Kind of, they blow up your girlfriend and your daughter. It's kind of over at that point.
Yeah.
It's fricked up, man.
Wait, they blew them up?
Yeah.
I thought people were just kidnapped. I didn't actually. The only people I knew that was kidnapped were Maddie and Esme.
Oh my god. You guys want a tea session?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll tell you the full story, start to finish. Give me like 2 minutes, okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh my god, now I'll understand why I got excommunicadoed.
Probably, yeah. So many books just lying around. Oh yeah, this one book over here, Reed was freaking out that there was horse smut on the counter.
Oh, yeah, someone gave me that. And then I put it on the counter for people to read.
Yeah, Reed was having a good time.
I forgot who gave me that. Was it Veronica?
Veronica gave you horse smut?
Maybe.
Well, Reed was freaking out.
Yes. Yeah, I put it there just because everyone's so used to the Chronicle being here that the horse one would be funny. I do.
That's funny. He didn't even check the other books. He just straight went for the horse smut one, which was crazy.
What?
Hey.
I just tuned back into whatever was being talked about, and I don't
Oh,
actually want to know, I think.
Oh, no, it's fine. There's just a book over here that is very interesting that Reed found very interesting that's on the counter.
Yeah,
we just have a bunch of.
I'll keep that right there, right where it is.
Yeah, we just have a lot of, reading material for our Patreons. That's about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's about
All
it.
right.
I don't even think the book's here anymore.
Oh, I think he took it then.
Yeah, he would
Thank,
take something
thank
like
God.
that, I feel like.
Thank God. I didn't want it anymore. Someone gave it to me, so I put it here for anyone to take that wanted it. Ooh.
Okay. So you guys want the tea on what happened with Hydra. It's
Yeah, what
hard to
happened?
it's hard to really say where it started, I guess. The main thing I think we should start with is what happened with Bruce.
Wait, Collins?
Yeah. So Bruce Collins,
The hell?
XPD, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Had some issue a long time ago with Susie Carmichael. Like over a year, right?
Oh my God, I was a part of that.
Apparently, he called her a sea witch or something,
Yes.
and she interpreted that as him saying she was stinky
Yep. Yep.
in a gross way. Um,
There's no way.
Fast forward to sometime like many months ago, I think. I guess she wanted Helen to sell dildos at her shop in Grapeseed or something along those lines, and Helen
What?
and Bruce were like, "That's weird. Well, no, we don't sell dildos."
What?
And
What the hell?
yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. She was like making fun of their shop or something, and like that also contributed.
Yes. Yeah.
So anyway, uh, gosh, had to be 2 months ago at this point. Helen is going about her day. She's kind of sick. She's not really able to like be out and about, but when she is, she goes into her phone and sees that she's got texts from Bruce, and they're kind of like frantic.
Uh-oh.
And they're saying that he needs to talk to her and that he's getting on a plane and he's leaving. So he vanishes for like a week. And she's wondering where he's at. She's texting him. She's like, I need you to text me. And he eventually texts her back and says that he's in a different country. Like he's traveled internationally.
The fuck?
And Helen's like, oh my God, this is really out of the normal. Like, I don't know what happened to him and if he's okay. Like, is someone chasing him? Like, we didn't really know what to make of it. But I reassured her that it was probably nothing and that, maybe he just needed time away. That week, when he was missing, the clowns, independent of all of Helen and Bruce stuff, had started going around and stealing car parts out of Hydra cars. Among other cars too. We did it not just a Hydra, it was just kind of a thing we were doing at the time. And we were trying to pin it on Joanna Golden because we wanted to get Joanna in trouble. But we were keeping the car parts in our cars and just leaving our cars all around the city. Like, people know who's got clown cars and, like, our clown vans and stuff.
Yeah.
So, at any point, Hydra could take those parts back from our cars. And it was just like a silly back and forth thing that we were doing with each other. Hydra had stolen our cars at one point, we stole theirs. And I think at one point, Hydra had stolen more parts from us than we had from them. But I think Bozo and somebody else, I think Raina and Chatty, had stolen parts out of Susie Carmichael's car.
Girl.
Or it was Chaz Diaz's car. I'm not sure which of the two. So one day, I'm minding my own business. I get a call from Chaz Diaz, and he's like, I want my car parts back. And now I try to pin it on Joanna because we've just been saying call Joanna for your car parts back, even though I knew the parts were probably in one of those 3 people's cars. And he could have just found it. So he, I guess, gets mad about that, tells Susie about it. Susie starts going on Twitter saying, like, the next clown I see is getting, like, dying. And I see that independent, but I'm, like, in a car chase when Chaz calls me, so, like, I can't really give it my full attention. I'm not really paying attention, and I also don't really care that much because it's like, we've got clown stuff going on. Like, it's just us being clowns to a gang that knows it's
Yeah.
us being clowns. Like, they can retaliate however they want. So, while that's going on, Susie then decides to call Helen and inform her that she has had Bruce Collins in a cage somewhere
What?
for the last week. And if she didn't get the car parts back for her or Chaz's car, she was gonna start cutting pieces off of Bruce.
What the hell?
And then if she ran out of pieces of Bruce, she was gonna start putting clowns in cages and start cutting pieces off of us. And so I'm like, what the heck? And I want proof of life because I'm not sure, like, what, if she's, like, bluffing or whatever. But she has read texts from Bruce's phone to Helen, making it clear that she has at least bare minimum Bruce's phone within the week that he had disappeared. So now I'm like,
What the
okay,
hell?
the clowns have been threatened. Bruce has been threatened. This is Helen's, like, best friend, like, her day one. And this, like, you know, I'm dating Helen, so, like, I can't just kind of ignore that. I want to help her. So I call the clowns up to the, like, her house, and we're, like, talking about it, and I want to know where the parts are so that I could just give them back to Susie, and we could exchange the parts for Bruce. And at that point, I wasn't really sure where the parts were, or who had taken them, because I didn't really know the situation very well. The clowns didn't really want to help or, like, go to bat for Bruce because they didn't know Bruce. They didn't really care. They thought it was kind of, I think some of them thought it was funny. But I was worried that Susie was going to start killing him and us. Because, like, she made it kind of serious.
Yeah.
So at that point,
Dude.
I
What?
advised Helen to try and negotiate, but, like, Helen doesn't really want me involved because Susie's threatening her at that point too. And Susie's like, if you get anyone else involved, I'm gonna kill him.
Bye. We're out of
Yo.
combos.
Oh no, I've never been here. I just want to check out how it looks like.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's just a cauldron.
All right, nice. What do you guys sell?
Usually it's nachos and a Milky Mountain.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, it's Mountain Dew and milk.
Yeah, we're open daily usually.
But sometimes our
Yeah.
time is a little bit everywhere, to be honest.
See, I just had a delivery, on PD Toe, so I just had to come down here and thought I'd drop
I know.
by.
Yeah,
We saw you at the
You
meeting.
introduced yourself today at the meeting.
Oh, you guys are there?
Yeah, we're on the mayor's cabinet.
Oh wow.
Yeah, this is where the
okay.
mayor's cabinet basically hangs out.
Oh, very nice. I mean, looks very clean. I like the lights here and stuff.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's festive.
All right. Well, I won't keep you guys. I'm gonna get going. All right.
All right. Have a good one.
You too.
Have fun
You're
Bye-bye.
welcome.
towing.
Bye.
All right.
Gosh, where was I? So
Mm,
she's threatening Helen now. She says if you get anyone else involved or you do anything with anyone else, I'm just gonna kill Bruce. And she also was threatening to kill Helen if anyone else got, like, involved. So Helen started kind of rejecting my help, 'cause she was afraid that I was going to get hurt or, something else would happen.
Yeah.
And she went off on her own to get the car parts. And I helped her with the car parts part of it because we ended up finding Chatty's clown van parked at Strawberry gas station, unlocked, with the car parts in it that Susie wanted. It's been sitting there the whole day.
Oh my god.
So I take the car parts out. I give them to Helen. Helen goes on her own to meet with Susie, who again has been threatening her and me and everyone else. And Susie makes a negotiation that she'll exchange the parts for Bruce. And she won't hurt clowns if we give him back.
Dude.
So they take Helen. They handcuff her. They put a bag over her head. They dress her in rags. They bring her to the location that they have Bruce, who has received the same kind of treatment. He's dressed in rags. He's cold. He's in a bright room being tortured, basically. Not fed. Drugged to the point of addiction. Starved to the point of atrophy.
What the fuck?
Yeah. So he's in there. She gets a chance to talk to him, gets proof of life. Once she gets proof of life and has a chance to talk to him, they let her go. She tells them where the car parts are. They get the car parts back. And that's when the goalposts move. So now it's no longer car parts for Bruce. It's, well, that was just car parts for the clown's safety. Now I want you to put dildos in your shop and let me blow it up. That was the negotiation that Susie offered.
I knew she always wanted to blow it up because that was always like the plan. But once I kind of got ownership of the properties, I stepped so far away from that because it was no longer hee hee ha ha.
Yeah. So
That was
I
like
got
a year
mad.
and a half ago, though.
I got mad that the goalpost moved because if you're negotiating, you don't do that. You know, if you make it seem like you're going to give someone back and then you change the story midway through, that's bad faith, and I didn't appreciate it. So I started looking for leverage. And I'm going to be honest, I was going to kidnap Flippy. I had an opportunity. I almost took it, but I didn't. And I initially thought maybe I could talk to Flippy about it, because I'm pretty good with that kind of thing. I can negotiate with people.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, though, one of the main reasons I didn't is because the last time I had tried to negotiate with Flippy, when he had one of us hostage, and we had two of theirs hostage for something unrelated, he refused to negotiate with me. He had Chatty hostage, and I had two of his people, and he completely was like, nah, you need to release one of them, and then maybe I'll think about releasing Chatty. And I was like, why? Why? And then he kept telling, yeah, and he kept telling me that one of them was less valuable than the other, and I was like, that's
What?
disgusting, number one, but also just exchange both, give us Chatty, and we'll go on our merry way. But it ended up being us having to storm the block to try and rescue Chatty, because he just outright refused. He hung up on me while we were talking.
What the hell?
So Flippy's not really great at conceding on things, especially when there's leverage involved. So I was hesitant to talk to him. And also, on top of that, I didn't want Susie finding out that I went above her head to Flippy and then killing Bruce, Helen, and anyone else she felt like doing. Because at that time, she had all the leverage. I had nothing.
She would have killed everybody, to be honest.
It's like, what am I supposed to do in that situation, you know? So it ended up being that I saw Jay Runner, on Hydra block. I'd been peeping, I'd been watching the block. I saw him putting his cars away. I called some clowns down to pick him up. And we basically disappeared a man in like 30 seconds. So we kidnapped him. JR was not innocent, by the way. He was involved in putting Helen in handcuffs and bag over her head and all that. So he
Yeah,
knew what was going on.
He took her from right here. He held up Johnny.
Yeah.
From right outside the door and forced his way in, and then took Helen from right here.
And that's
Yeah,
when
he
I
knew what
snapped
was going on.
Hydra. I snapped on them and said it's fucking neutral, and they're like, "Since when? What do you mean?"
Yeah, he knew. So did Ash. She was part of that initial thing. So we scooped him up, and my intention was to call Susie immediately. I was going to put him somewhere just to keep him safe and negotiate as soon as I could with her. Because I needed leverage of a person of somewhat equal value that we could just trade. Just do a straight exchange. Unfortunately, what happened was Susie decided not to come around for 3 days while we were trying to contact her. So every day, Helen would contact Susie and say, "Reach out to me." She did not. We could not get a hold of Susie Carmichael.
Girl.
I had JR in a cage in my house the entire time. The cage was not really great, but it also wasn't anywhere near as torturous as what Bruce was going through. He was fed every day. I gave him a clock so he could tell the passage of time. I gave him a notebook to keep himself entertained. I gave him an arcade machine.
Oh my god.
So they had something the yuck to do.
That's luxury.
People would stop by and visit and talk to him. I initially, didn't really provide him with toilet paper, and I realized that, and I gave it to him the very next day. Because I knew that was kind of messed up, and it was an oversight. It wasn't on purpose. But Bruce didn't have any of that. I also didn't drug him. I didn't harm him. I didn't even threaten him. It was simply stuck in a box. And he would have been out within an hour if Susie had responded. But unfortunately, the longer he was in there, the worse it got. And I didn't want to have him in there longer than I needed to. So on the third day, the morning of the third day, we decided that we were going to try and reach out to Chaz Diaz. And actually, on the second day, I think we reached out to Chaz. Because we were like trying different avenues. And JR said that Chaz would know where the cage was. So on day 3, we decided we were going to reach out to Flippy because we were running out of options, and the longer Susie was gone, the more danger Bruce would be in. So I decided to reach out to Flippy after Helen tried, because she tried and he wasn't having it. He refused to negotiate with her, but he listened to me, which is interesting. And I got him to hear me, but it took him like an hour before he even called me back. And in that hour, I had people around the city telling me that he was getting in heli choppers and like looking and scouring the city for me.
What the hell?
Yeah, so he never intended on negotiating that day. I think if he had found me, he probably would have tried to just kill me. JR be damned.
Or force you to give JR up.
Yeah. So anyway, he ultimately did relent to me, but it was like pulling teeth just to do this one-to-one exchange. Thankfully, he decided not to murder me on the spot, because he could have. But he didn't. And I told JR, I understand what I did. I know that you're probably going to be coming for me. But make sure the punishment fits the crime, because, quite frankly, what y'all did to Bruce was not anywhere near what I did to you.
Not at all.
And
Not literally not at
so,
all.
like, I didn't want to do that, but I felt like I didn't really have options other than let Susie blow up Helen's shop, and then maybe she'd let him go.
Probably not.
Like, cause do you think she would have? Cause I'm
No.
not sure she would have.
No, she wouldn't have at all. Because then she would have both things, right?
Yeah.
I had a bomb at one point, and she was going to kidnap Bruce and use it on him. Actually, no, I'm pretty sure. No, yeah, I had a bomb, and I was like, I'm not doing that, because if she was going to use it on the actual, like, building, I was like, that's not happening either, because now that's in my name. Like, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah. So then when JR got out, he immediately, I think, started following Hazel, who had helped me kidnap him. Interestingly, he never targeted Kirk, who also assisted. He only targeted me, Hazel, and Helen.
Hell?
Which is a real strange, because Kirk was the one with the gun. But anyway.
Yeah.
They started following Hazel. Hazel alerted me to the fact that they were kind of hunting her. She had to evade them several times that day. And then Helen got picked up at one point, but she got rescued. And they had put her in a cage. So we were alerted to the fact that they were hunting us and trying to cage us. And then after that, we kind of just like waited to see what their next move would be. And that's when a mime guy from the mime war came back and started sniping us. Which you might wonder, well, what does that have to do with Hydra? It didn't until they joined forces with him. And when we went to set him up and ambush him, they ambushed us instead. And through that ambush, we learned that Hydra had actually hired this mime to kidnap me and bring them to Hydra.
What the hell?
So, we ended up killing that mime and getting that sniper rifle off him. So now we had a sniper rifle. And I had informed Chatty that, like, this was kind of serious because, like, all this stuff had happened. Like, Chatty had been out of town when most of this went down, by the way.
No.
Yeah, so, but when JR was in the cage, Chatty was gone. Like, he wasn't here. So we had a sniper. Chatty realized that I was a target. Kind of freaked out. Talked to Flippy about it. Figured out that Flippy was not in the mood to negotiate with anything. And Flippy basically insinuated he was going to hurt me. And so Chatty was like, okay, you want to go that route? We'll go that route. Unfortunately, in the meantime, Hazel got picked up. She got put in a cage somewhere. She was missing for like a day before any of us kind of realized what happened. And that was when Helen also got picked up as well. Like she got picked up a day after, I think. Oh no, actually, okay. So Hazel got picked up. They wanted information out of Hazel, but she wasn't talking. They wanted to know where Helen was. Yeah, and I think that was when Helen was sleeping here. And then when Hazel wouldn't cooperate, they went and they picked up Maddie and Esme, two completely unrelated parties, and put them in cages.
I think this is around the time probably when Oswaldo was asking me if I've heard from anyone or saw them or anything.
Yeah. So those three were caged. At some point, also, Bruce is really stupid. Bruce freaked out when Helen got caged the first time, turned himself back into Hydra, and so they had Bruce, Hazel, Maddie, and Esme back in cages.
Of course he would. Of course.
And if that wasn't bad enough, then they found Helen while she was here. And we found out that she got kidnapped from Johnny. And at that point, we were kind of like, well, what do we do now? Because they're just not going to stop. And I was like, okay, should I turn myself over to them, or what is going to happen here? Because what are they like? What do they want at this point? Do they just want to hurt us? Do they want to lock us in cages forever? What's going on? But we didn't want to get to that point. So we kidnapped Mercury Frost. Ember helped with that. She snatched her up, brought her to the Cuban embassy.
Wait, Mercury is Hydra?
Hydra adjacent, I guess. We
Probably a
got her on
star.
the block, so we didn't really know. But she knew about the situation. She revealed to us that Hazel was in fact kidnapped. She was actually the reason we found out she was, got confirmation. But she refused to tell us
Wow.
where, so she wasn't negotiating either.
Well, Lexi's the
So
bad
we
one?
had Mercury. I went to bed that night really upset because they had 4 people. Actually, no, they had 5 people at that point. We had 1. I was like, well, they're not gonna give us any of these girls.
Not for Mercury, no.
Yeah. And then the next day, I find out, I wake up to the news that Ember has kidnapped 4 of Hydra and then gotten herself kidnapped as well.
That's
That's
crazy.
fucking crazy.
So
Oh my god.
we had about the same amount of people altogether. And I went up to the Cuban embassy that day. And unfortunately, the boys that brought me there had guns out when they went into the building. So while I'm in there and we're waiting on Flippy to call Chatty back to negotiate, the PD shows up. In force, like full force, like they're about to raid, bust down the doors, like they are ready to go and breach. And that's when I realized Flippy snitched.
Oh, yeah.
Because when I called Brian during that negotiation, he told me he'd been watching the building from a bush.
Brian was?
And he saw us go in there with guns. Yeah. And so I'm thinking, well, why was Brian in a bush? You know? There would be no reason for him to be hiding in a bush, staring at a building that we're going in and out of. Unless someone has been like, oh, I think there's people in there.
And that's so not Brian like to be staying in a bush either.
No.
Because he's very
No, he wouldn't.
ADHD and in his car.
He doesn't just do that for no reason. And not only that, but the PD, if they see you go in and out of a house with guns, class 2 guns, they are not going to arrive in the full capacity, full force, and try to do a warrant, like breach of the building, without a warrant.
Yeah, no.
There's like the only reason they would be doing that is if they suspect that there's people in the building in danger. They wouldn't just do that for guns.
Exigent circumstances, I think it is.
Mm-hmm. So I poked a little bit at Brian, and he kind of said some things that made me believe that Flippy had in fact snitched. Some things he didn't deny, some things he kind of like skirted around when we were talking. So I fully 100% believe that Flippy did snitch. Which is fine. I respect it. I actually, in fact, find it kind of funny. But not even sure the clowns would do that in that scenario.
Hmm. No, I don't think so. But I know
Anyway.
Flippy totally would.
Yeah, so we had to negotiate. We didn't want to hurt anyone there. I was seeing red, so I was like, kind of wanting to hurt the hostages, but I also knew that if we did that, that would just make it so that they would hurt our hostages. So, like, you know, not much we could do.
Yeah.
So we negotiated to just drop our guns, leave them behind, and go in a pursuit. And the PD actually agreed to do that for us. And while we were in that, I got a call from Brian asking me to come down and explain the situation. And he would try to help me get the hostages out of whatever house Hydra had them in. So I did surrender myself while the others stayed in the pursuit. And while I was doing that, I got a call from JR saying that
What the fuck?
he was mad at me and Chatty for making him wait for like an hour because the chase had gone on for like an hour at that point.
What?
And he wanted to do some plan that he had, but we were making him wait. Mind you, this pursuit only happened because Hydra yuckin' forced us into it.
Yeah.
So we were like stuck. And he was like
So
being
Lexi must have
impatient
showed up after
that we weren't able to like give him his full attention.
when she got told that the property was
But
had a
he
bunch of
told me
cops around it.
that I would need to choose between Hazel and Helen. He gave me 2 phone numbers.
And Osvaldo said
And he
sorry.
said, whichever one I call, I may as well say goodbye. And he gave me 2 minutes to make that decision. And in that 2 minutes, I tried to call Flippy and beg him to not have this happen. And all he had to say to me was, well, I'm looking at this timer ticking down. And then by that time, I had like 30 seconds to make any kind of choice. And I decided just not to. Because I'm not going to let somebody force me into that. And
What the hell?
it was a lose-lose situation for me. So they both blew up. Hazel lost most of her skin. Got really badly burned. Helen got severe brain damage and is still suffering with the effects of that.
Oh my god.
And yeah, after that, I think the boys got a hold of one of the Hydra guys and like executed him. I think Ace or something.
Yeah.
Dude. And then we ended up since they still had Maddie and Esme and Bruce and Ember, we didn't really know what to do because they weren't going to let him go because of what happened to Ace. And so we were just kind of like, well, what now? And I wasn't really involved in this part, but I guess they took V, Flippy's wife, hostage.
Yeah.
And they refused to negotiate for her. Like they were just flat out, they didn't give a yuck about her. Or the fact that we had her or anything. And so I think, you know, I'm not really sure what entirely happened when they had her, because at this point, I was by myself in a tower somewhere, just like freaking the yuck out because my daughter and my girlfriend just got blown up.
Yeah.
So the clowns did what clowns do. I think they roughed her up, but she ultimately agreed to help us. Set up the Hydra people for a robbery later.
Oh, that's the one in the
So
paper, right?
yeah, so she took on a little like clown persona, Lucky, and
I
she
was
decided to
wondering
help
why that was in
us.
her MDT. I was like, what the hell is a Lucky?
Yeah, she decided to help us with it and helped us rob Hydra of about, well, we thought it was 8 million, but it was actually a little bit less than that. And then we also tried to frame them for some stuff. We put some stuff in their warehouse and we filmed it all. It was just funny. I did various pranks on their block. I would have really liked to do a lot more, but it would have just been an endless cycle of just nothing but stupidity.
Yeah. I'm sort of surprised that Flippy was like acting like that because I remember like a long time ago when Chatty had the sniper, one thing that he didn't want to do was to make like you upset or like step over your toes, you know?
That's because I begged him for mercy. I called him sobbing because I was so
Oh.
upset about what was happening. Chatty was having a full-on mental breakdown.
Yeah, I thought it was just a respect thing. Obviously, I mean, only just being like a
They
friend of
almost
the
didn't
group, you know?
they almost didn't let that slide. And honestly, Chatty did no favors to me on that front either because what I negotiated for was the release of Wendy because they were going to kidnap Wendy. They had her hostage and it was a whole thing. And I appreciated that they actually negotiated
Jesus.
with me, but I don't know if it was Flippy that ultimately agreed to it. I think it was other people.
Probably.
And I do appreciate that they took pity on me that day, but Chatty also ended up going back and continuing to harm them, and they tried to harm him back. So like,
Yeah.
and really the only reason Flippy agreed to it is because he wants to kill Chatty himself.
Yeah, when it comes to like, I don't know. I think they believe that I had more involvement in everything than I did just because it was in the property. Um, and because I was on the phone with Osvaldo and he had like a listening device, and I was like, Osvaldo, I don't know who you have, but like, I'm not checking those state IDs and I'm not putting them on the panel. I'm sorry. There's no way I can get in without like being seen.
Yeah.
And then probably me showing up after it was posted on Twitter that like Flippy snitched. I was like, then at that point I called Osvaldo and I'm like, what did you do? And then he said, I'm so sorry. So then that's when I, was like, oh God. So I went to go take everyone off the panel. And that's when Brian was there. I was like, hey, can I take everyone off the panel? And he's like, there's a shootout here. I'll call you later. So I just went to the property next door. I was like, I'll wait next door.
I'll be right back. I'll be right back.
And then, yeah, and then I never heard from him. And then after the fact, like once everyone cleared out, like an hour later, I went to the property and it was under lockdown. So I threw in one saying, hey, anyone want to let me know what's going on? And then they didn't. And then, like, I think the day after,
Yeah.
that's when it was out of lockdown. So no one ever talked to me. I was like, okay,
Yeah.
whatever.
I think everyone kind of just assumed that you were aware just because you were on the thing. So sorry about
Probably.
that. I
Oh,
understand this is probably frustrating, but
Well,
things
from
were moving
my,
really quickly and it got crazy out of hand really quick.
yeah, I don't really care about the property. I'd rather, once I sort of knew what was happening, I was like, I hope just everyone's fine. But then afterwards, obviously, because Oswaldo was talking to me on the phone and they had their listening devices, then Flippy wanted to talk to me, and I told him I have no involvement. I don't know what's happening. Like, then that's when they said, well, you're smarter than that. You can piece things together. And I was like, no, I'm telling you, when it came to this,
No.
there was no piecing it together. The only things I pieced together is if I care about it, right? Where at the time, it had no involvement with me. So, like, why would I, little information like, oh, they might be missing, Osvaldo needs people on the panel. I'm not piecing that together.
Yeah.
Right? So then I ended up talking with them. And then the punishment that came from JR was that I am no longer their friend or their cousins. Which in like like when I used to be an angel, like a long time ago, the angels and Hydra were always really close, right? So we were like
Yeah.
family, but not like gang family, just like outside of that. So now that's completely over. And I was like, oh, okay. And then obviously, like,
It's really dumb.
I got my keys removed, everything. But I don't think that they were very happy that, you know, in their head, they believed I was a part of it, but also I stood up for the business, like the cauldron, being like, it's neutral. Like, we're not gangbangers. We're not nothing. We work here. And they believed that I was, like, we knew that Helen was sleeping here, which we didn't, right? Like, she was just doing it.
Yeah.
Like, that we were housing her here and everything. I was like, no, she's an employee. Like, I don't know what you're talking about because I actually didn't. And then, like, in my head, I was like, well, they're like, well, we were watching all of Polito for her. I was like, well, if you're on cameras, you know, there's a split second. She could have just ran from Tessa's house to here. Like, it's very close. So.
I thought I was.
Yeah, and I
my
mean,
cousin
is
for a
there really
second.
any
It was
difference
weird.
between her like staying here and her working here? Like, if
No.
she'd been on like working here and they'd come and
Not
done
at
that,
all.
like, what would the difference have been? You know,
Nothing at all.
it wouldn't have stopped them. I know that much.
Yeah. So, you know, when there's a very like line where when people start messing with the business, like I get, you know, I kind of
Yeah.
black out too, and I see red, and I'm like, what the hell? Because also, in my head, like, those are my friends. Why would they do that? But then, you know, it ended up being told by JR that I can no longer call them cousins or be close to them, and I'm like, okay, all right.
Well, I'm sorry what we did yucked you over. It was not our intent.
I don't think it was you at all. It's other people being really
I mean-
shitty, it sounds like, too.
I think that I was distant for a very long time, obviously, like with them because I went civilian and, you know, gangbangers and civilians don't really mix because they don't know what to do besides crime. And then me also going into the mayor's office and coming up here with the guild and chilling, you know, I got pretty distant. So I think they didn't want to hurt me because I think the girls didn't want to hurt me. And then I think this was just an easier way. And also JR doesn't really know me. So I think JR was like, he definitely was the leader in that whole situation.
He's a yucking baby diva.
Yeah.
His ego got hurt. Nothing was done to him that like I think he had any right to be really that upset over. Like, yeah, I put him in a cage. I get it. I deserved something to happen to me. But honestly, I deserved something to happen to me. I got him kidnapped off his block. I kept him in my house. I was the one who decorated the cage. It was my idea from the start. And nothing happened to me.
Yeah, that's very... Honestly, I'm not surprised. I think logic doesn't really, like, you know, play a big suit. But... honestly, still, for me, a long time coming, and... don't really lose that much. Because for me at least, if there was to ever have to be a choice, like if they were to be like, well, it's either the clowns or us, I would have been like, I can't make that choice. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's a stupid ultimatum to make.
Because I also like over time got to know a lot of the clowns, and I was like, I hang out with them more. If you know, Osvaldo is a clown, like you know, I hang out with him as much as I can. So I think he's a closer friend than Hydra was at the time. So whatever.
Yeah, it's a shame that they treated you that way. Them and the PD, to be honest. I don't know. I wish I was surprised at this point, but I'm just not anymore. I don't know why people just
No idea.
they have an idea and they just go with it. And
Especially
nothing will change their mind.
Since I didn't know anything was happening at the property, if Hydra would have just called me and said, open up the property, I probably would have because I had no idea, right? I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, what do you need it for? Whatever. And then if Brian would have been like, hey, something's happening, I would have, you know, I'm a civilian. I probably would have,
Yeah.
you know, allowed them to go in.
No, I don't think anyone would have been upset about that.
No.
I think that would have been fair.
Either.
The issue was that Flippy snitched and it lost us all our leverage. And
That's crazy. You know, if you did that though, Tessa, if you snitched though, Flippy would have
Lord
never
have
let
mercy.
you
Oh, man.
live that down. That's insane work.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not
frankly,
very.
I think if I snitched, no one would have listened.
No.
You think Brian would have been in a bush watching a Hydra house?
No.
Probably no.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
No.
No, you need to get your PD rep needs to be better.
I haven't done crime in so long that my PD rep is still in the gutter, even though I haven't done anything.
Brian thinks I'm a terrorist, so I don't know. I don't know what to do with him.
Or you need to be a faceless asset, I guess.
I think that's what he thinks I am.
He
which
thinks
is
that
insane.
I'm also one.
But then he would actually talk to you though, because he loves sitting in cars and taking phone calls from faceless assets though.
Yeah.
Which is real funny because JR sure did have a faceless thing in his phone.
Oh, yeah. What I've learned is everyone's a spy. So it's very hard to also, you know, be very close to people when I know what they're doing. Except for the ones that are solo. It's just funny to always be like, hello, faceless asset.
Yeah, I don't know. That's the story, though, of Hydra and the clowns.
That is a lot.
Yeah, the girls that were in cages, by the way, Ember was left by herself in one cage where everyone else was kept kind of together for like a full day. She was starved in her cage. The other girls were starved as well for some time. They were constantly berated in the cages. They didn't have privacy. Helen told me the first cage she got put in was like cooking her alive.
What?
Yeah, they had like a bunch of heaters in there. It was like psychotic.
That's gross. Are they all like doing better now though? Like, I don't think I've seen Hazel for a while.
I think Hazel's doing her best to like move on from it because like she was really close to a lot of them, they were like her friends,
Yeah.
and for them to treat her like that just kind of sucks for her. Um, Esme's dating one of them now, which is
What?
crazy. I don't know. Maddie's
Well, it's
okay.
Raccoon, right? They're not technically
Yeah.
dating, but they are friends again.
I don't know.
What?
I don't know if I believe that.
Well, that's what Raccoon told me.
That's gotta be. No, I don't know what's happening, but
Yeah, I was
I think
shocked too
I think
because
she's
Esme
got
and
like
Shang were
Stockholm or something.
together.
yeah, I really
Esme
wanted to
and
say
Shang were
Stockholm
together.
syndrome, but like I don't know. I like me. I don't think I'll ever be friends with them again.
I don't think they deserve your friendship.
No.
For
No, they
treating people the
don't.
way they did, like just assuming things, especially about you, like it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Wh-
I don't.
Why
I
would you
don't.
even owe them anything?
I don't know.
I
I
mean,
don't know.
Helen's recovering, but she's still like experiencing the after effects of everything. Like she hit her head pretty bad. She had vision issues for a long time.
No.
I don't know. It's for her. It's a very long term, potentially permanent thing. I think Hazel too, but she lets it affect her a little less because it's not so much a physical thing. Maddie's trying to get over it. Ember had issues before.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ember's Ember.
Ember's Ember. I don't know how to really explain that, but like she's okay.
Ember's Ember.
Obviously she's got some feelings about it still,
Mm,
but
mm.
she gets over stuff a lot better than I think others do. And Bruce kind of got excommunicated from everyone because like
Went
he
back.
got rescued and then for no reason in particular went right back to them.
Oof.
So a lot of what we did was for nothing.
That's gotta make Helen upset because they both got fired
Yeah.
together, basically.
Yep. It really upset her and it upset me. It upset pretty much everyone because the reason that we caged JR was Bruce. Like the main reason. If it was just a threat on the clowns and they didn't have like a leverage on us, I might not have done anything.
I can't believe this all basically stemmed from Still the Sea Witch.
That she had this beef with him for so long
Yeah.
that she, like I don't know. And frankly,
was
I have
from
not seen her
June.
a single time since the incident.
That's insane. Because I still
I think
remember
if I had waited for her, we would have still had JR caged, and no one would know.
Probably. Well, actually, no, I think someone would have known because you would have ended up calling Flippy or something.
You know what's funny?
What?
If I hadn't called anyone, if we
Hello?
hadn't contacted anyone,
I'm good.
no one would have known
Yeah.
at all.
No. That, honestly, that's. I feel like if I was in their shoes, like a part of that group, and my leader didn't try to like save me or anything, I would not be a part of that anymore. There's no way. If they didn't care,
Yeah.
like my life isn't expendable for some group.
You would think, but apparently that's not the case for everybody, I guess.
I feel sorry for those people.
And we treated them real nice when they were in the cage too, and in the embassy. We let them have their little listening devices so they could hear the negotiations taking place, and like we were feeding them, we were entertaining them. They weren't left alone for hours and hours and hours.
Yeah, I don't think I would be upset with that one if like I was able to do everything.
The only Hydra person I actually feel remorse about is V. Because she straight up just got. She didn't know about the situation. Um, she did get roughed up.
Oh no.
She lost some of her memories from it when they roughed her up, I guess, and I think she's still suffering from that. I actually don't think that was the original intent behind doing that. I think at that point they had blown people up and we were just kind of doing stuff, and then we kind of took advantage. But
I mean, I feel like you know, if everything was reversed and it was them instead, it would have been the same thing.
maybe. But Chatty felt bad about it, and he helped her, and he's been helping her try to get her memories back and stuff. So
Hey.
if ultimately she decides she wants to get back for that, I think all of us would kind of understand.
Yeah. V's very sweet. Sort of like,
I had to stay away from her for that whole thing.
yeah.
I was afraid I was going to do something.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if she doesn't do anything.
You think so?
Yeah, she's sort of. There used to be a bunch of drama going on between Hydra and like my brother, and then with us stirring the pot and well, me mainly, and there's just a lot of it. And she tried to see everyone's side, and then also fight for everybody. So it was.
Yeah. Why would they not negotiate for her?
That I don't know. Because Flippy, like, that's his wife, like, you know, second in
Yeah.
command of Hydra, like, everything. So that is very odd. Like, that, if my husband didn't negotiate for me, I wouldn't have a husband.
Yeah. That's just kind of where I'm at with it. Like, friend, husband, girlfriend, whatever. If you leave me high and dry in a situation like that for yuck all reason, we're not really friends anymore.
No. I almost broke it off with my husband because he went to the same bank truck as me.
Oh my god.
Yeah. And everyone was calling me crazy because it was just a bank truck. And I said, oh, no, no, no. It isn't. I don't care if it's just a bank truck. He went there knowing that I was there and shot at me. Hello?
Yeah, it's one thing if it's like an accidental, like you guys run into each other and things happen, but like knowingly going there, I feel like that's a whole different.
Yeah. He said in the moment he like completely forgot because he was just so excited to go on a job with somebody, which like I get, but my brother was there too. Basically, I went with besties and Hydra countered. So,
Oh, okay.
yeah, my brother, I understand because we're always trying to kill each other. So that's just a normal thing. But, nuh-uh. I don't... See, that's why I really think that it was JR running the show because there's no way. I don't get it.
Yeah, I do really think JR was running a lot of it. I don't think Flippy really had any idea what he was doing.
Nah.
But it is what it is. We
It's his
wrote a
gang.
diss track about him. We yucked him over with his wife. We messed up his block. I put a whole crane over Susie Carmichael's house, and it's got a piano attached to it, cartoon style.
Oh my god.
And I'm hoping that one day she'll like be sleeping in a room and a piano will just fall through the roof.
So I know you guys did
Smashing
the
her.
Ruby's house, so I think
Oh,
it's
yeah.
funny that everything's
I don't know if you've
there.
seen the Hydra block lately, but it's
No.
a bit of a mess.
No, I stay clear of that place. Only place I'm going is like the Liquid Library. Because that is intense.
Yep. That's my story. That's the tea.
Now I understand why Osvaldo was so depressed. More than
Yeah,
normal.
it sucked. It sucked a lot, and I felt bad for him. I felt bad for all the girls that got put in cages. I felt bad for V. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. The whole thing just sucked all around, and it shouldn't have happened. It didn't need to happen. And the only person I think that really deserves something awful to happen to them now is JR and Susie. But will that come to fruition? Probably not.
Nah.
Maybe eventually, if, not gonna lie, I see Susie in the street, I'm not 100% sure what I'd do. I won't put her in a cage or anything like that. But I do think she deserves to get something upside the head.
Double knife style.
Maybe. But I also couldn't pick her out of a lineup, so
Boy. Have fun.
that's
Yeah.
an issue.
Last time I saw her, I think she was bald. I don't know.
Oh.
Yeah. I did feel really bad just for my husband too during everything because he parked his car there so people could drive it because it's an Maggio. And all of a sudden he went to go grab his car and there was no parts because my daughter ended up moving into one of the houses. No, it had parts beforehand because Tati drove it. And then like literally the next day it was gone.
Well, I think ultimately we stopped doing that, and Hydra ended up with more parts than they started. So someone from Hydra yoinked those from wherever that was.
Yeah. I just think that like it's very odd to like bring him into the situation too when like I would have no issue with him still hanging out with them. Like it's our beef. It's not his. But I think they believe that he would just, side with me for whatever it is and then they just took everything. Which mind you, they were his parts, but like they didn't even talk to him. So
Well, you're saying Hydra stole his parts?
Hydra just like completely took everything out of his car without talking to him. Which, mind you, they were their parts to like begin with because they maintain the car, but like You know, they just
That's
treated him
stupid.
automatically like he's a part of it too. And then my brother won't care. All of his cars are parked in Ash's house, so.
The same chase keeps on going in past Bolito. They're like, it's the slowest chase ever, I swear to
It's
God.
Academy.
Oh, it is Academy. So right. I was like, man,
Ooh,
they're
I should go
so
mess with it.
slow.
You should.
It's like the same two CVPIs. I thought there was something else going on because of the state announcements.
No, right after the meeting, they all went to the gas station and were fueling up all the CVPIs.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah, but I didn't clock that this was Academy because I kept on seeing the same two cars, and they usually do it in Sandy.
They're probably doing it up here because the Lost will get extremely pissed off and blow up their cars and spike them.
True.
Whereas we won't really do anything. Except for play in the road
Yeah.
like I usually do.
Yeah, we should go sit in the middle of the road and hurt our legs.
They'll have to deal with their first my lights were on situation.
Yeah. But thank you for telling me. Now
Alright.
everything kind of,
Yeah.
it makes sense as to why
Yeah.
they're so upset.
I think they're a bunch of yucking babies. That's what they are, quite frankly.
Yeah,
And they
Lexi
don't-
didn't lose anything by losing them as friends. Frick them.
I just wish something had happened to me instead. You know? Like, because I had it coming, but a lot of other people did not. So. Been dealing with that a lot. And I'm kind of sick of it.
Yeah. People never really want to talk to the person that they're talking about or, like, you know, that did things. They just
Yeah.
want to talk about them and talk to everyone else. They have
Yeah,
no idea what's
communication
happening.
is hard.
Imagine.
So hard.
Also, Eve, we have 5 more minutes until the scraps legislation is in.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah. This is good. This is good. How many more times? I'm going outside. How many more times are they going to go past?
I don't know, we should throw ourselves in the street.
I have rocks.
Oh, but now, wait. Now there's an actual PD. Oh, hold on. Something else might be going on now. There might be something more going on now.
Why?
Alright.
Because there's the
Well,
PD
it's good
helicopter.
visiting. I'm getting out of here, guys.
Thank you, Tessa. It was so nice
Thank
seeing you.
Yeah, you too.
Also, I'm really happy that you two are together.
Wow.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, you
It's been a
kind of
while,
said
actually.
that. You kind of said
my
that.
bad.
And I didn't want to interrupt the conversation, but
Yeah,
this
I
is
found out
great.
today. Wow.
Wait, really?
Yeah, Dakota told me today.
Wasn't sure if he would tell you. I also
Oh.
kind of assumed you already knew, which is why I didn't really say anything. And then when he was saying stuff yesterday, I was like, oh, yuck. I probably should have.
No, it's
Said
okay. You guys go
something, but
be
it's-
happy. You guys go be happy.
Thank
Just
you.
happy for
I
you.
love.
Yes.
Hooray!
Hooray!
She gets me horse pictures as a gift.
Wow. That's right.
Wait, they're
And
coming.
they're not,
Oh,
they're not
wow,
threats.
Maybe that is something.
I think this is something else. Maybe.
Who is watching?
Should we go? I don't know. Should we go jump scare them?
No, they're